Welcome back to Get Up. It is time for Sneaky Darius time here with Mike T. And listen, a lot of people have thrown out some answers here. Here's the question. Who was the last team to win the Super Bowl with 2 starting QBs winning 5 games in the regular season?
So, Brian, it takes a village. I was going to go with Bart, who was saying Philadelphia, Nick Foles, and Carson Wentz.
Yes.
RC vetoed him vehemently.
Yes.
So, with a hard-hitting safety, you don't overrule a veto.
Yes.
So, to me, it's either Hostetler and Sims or it's Young and Montana. Super Bowl's in San Francisco. I'm going Young and Montana.
Now, that's your final answer?
Yes, it is.
Now, I'll only say this. RC also threw out something very interesting. He said, didn't Peyton Manning get injured one time? And the answer is the Denver Broncos.
What?
Peyton Manning won 7 games. Brock Osweiler won 5 games.
Darius, you're lucky, but you're You're lucky.
49ers this year, that year, 5 games. Mac Jones in 6 with Brock Purdy. Of course, we're going to talk more about them if they can do it.
My last memory of Brock Osweiler was fumbling against Green Bay, but I'll let it go right now.
All right, let's get back to the show, and it is Who You Got? Okay, RC, who you got between the Bears and the 49ers?
I'm taking the Bears. Listen, I'm looking at the Bears' run game and what they've been able to do, the way this defense turns the football over, and Caleb Williams being clutch this entire season with the fourth quarter comebacks. I truly believe in Ben Johnson and his message to this team. The defense, to me, is coming along, and I expect this to be a very tough game, but the Chicago Bears find a way to edge the San Francisco 49ers.
Mike T, which team do you think has more to prove?
The 49ers, this is a massive opportunity for them. They win tonight, Monday night, and they win out, guys. They don't have to leave San Francisco, and this offense is very underrated. They have not punted in the month of December, and you look at the way Brock Purdy is playing right now, guys, and I know, like, with the trivia question, he has not played the whole season, and Mac Jones has done a heck of a job. They get Ricky Pearsall back. This offense is almost indefensible. This offensive line is flawless. Christian McCaffrey is having another great year. This is a team that, to me, is a sneaky Super Bowl contender.
You look at the Niners here. They're 5 wins. They've had multiple turnovers in those 5 wins. They've been averaging like 34 points a game. I guess my question is, what does Caleb Williams have to do there to get the win?
Not turn the ball over. You talk about sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and the Bears are both, right? We keep asking ourselves, can they keep turning the people over? Well, you talk about Brock Purdy playing 7 games this year, but he's thrown 8 interceptions. So that's the one extra possession you have right there. And you talk about last week, Caleb Williams with a great pass rush didn't get sacked one time on 34 attempts. Well, guess what? San Francisco couldn't get to Old Man River. So now you're talking about Caleb Williams being able to drop back, process, and be able to find holes in these zones with Robert Saleh. We know Robert Saleh is not a guy that's going to blitz a lot, so that means there's going to be opportunities to make plays down the field. And also you talk about this run game, so that means that you're going to have to put somebody in that box, 8-man box, that creates one-on-ones on the outside and opportunities for Caleb to use his athleticism also to feel emboldened within the pocket. You know, when you're not getting your uniform dirty, you feel real proud about yourself. You'll stand nice and bold in that pocket.
Yeah, also, too, though, when you watch the Chicago Bears play, there are a lot of those sacks that Caleb Williams avoids because of his athleticism, because of his elusiveness. And I think that's been a huge part of the way this team has operated, especially in some of these comebacks, is him being able to not only pick up first downs with his legs, but create second play opportunities.
Yeah, both of these teams have been questioned. You look at the Niners, they've been rolling. People are like, they're winning games, even though they've been under the radar. But they haven't beaten any world beaters. Then you've got Chicago, who's beaten some good teams, but people are like, I don't know if I really believe that they're that good. Now we're going to find out which team is for real.
Right, the reason for that, for me, the skepticism is when you drive to the stadium and say, like, oh, gosh, we got to turn this team over, it's really hard to have that to be sustainable. Now, Kevin Byard, Nashawn Wright, who's gone from a street free agent to a Pro Bowl, deserve a ton of credit. I just don't know week in and week out if it's sustainable.
I mean, I think both offenses feels like they can get the answers to the test from their coordinator / head coaches, right? And I think, this is a matchup potentially of who should win Coach of the Year. Because I understand what McDonald's done, but you got to get in Liam Cohen as well. But you got to give a lot of credit to Shanahan, who's had a hurt team. But nobody's seen the Bears. Come on, nobody.
I agree.
Nobody. we had the Bears in the basement of that division. We thought that every team ahead of them was better.
Week 1, they lost to J.J. McCarthy.
Exactly.
Yeah. This team has just truly gotten better the entire year.
All right, let's stick with who you got. Eagles, Bills, who you got?
This is a tough one, but I got to go with the more complete team. I have to go with the Eagles. You talk about, James Cook and what he's done in his last 4 games, rushing for over 100 yards in each one of those games. But you talk about A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown also has had 95 yards in 4 of his last 5 games. So it feels like they're trying to spread them out and create one-on-ones on the outside, which is creating run lanes for Saquon Barkley being able to run the ball. The Bills can't stop the run. I got to go with the Eagles, man, in a close one.
So does that mean Saquon going to run all over the Bills?
Well, no, I think Saquon's going to have a day, but this is going to come down to which quarterbacks doesn't make a mistake, right? Because when you look at both of these teams, they're going to be able to run the football. I think James Cook is one of the more underrated players in all of football. He's a top 3 running back, in my opinion. But when you watch the Bills down the stretch, it's been Josh Allen going above and beyond the X's and O's in order to make plays in the pass game. Jalen Hurts doesn't have to do that, and you're going to be throwing against Quinyon Mitchell, also guys like Cooper DeJean on that back end, who we can see and have seen make plays. Whichever quarterback protects the ball the best is the team that wins, and I think the Eagles will do that.
We keep talking about Super Bowl windows and things of that nature. I'm going to go bigger picture here, Mike T. When we talk about the Bills, will their defense be the downfall for Josh Allen not getting a Super Bowl win?
It quite possibly could be, Brian. That's a massive concern because Josh Allen's Superman, and when you think about their offseason, they signed Joey Bosa. They draft Max Harrison in the first round. Then they take Deion Walker, T.J. Sanders in the second round. They put a lot of resources to that defense, and it hasn't gotten better. That's a big concern. They're going to have to win games like how they beat New England 2 weeks ago, like whoever has the ball last, so to speak. But this defense has been a big disappointment, especially considering what they did in the offseason.
There will be no quarterback that has more pressure on him than Josh Allen in these playoffs. There is no Patrick Mahomes. There will be no Lamar Jackson. There will be no Joe Burrow, which is the lump of names that Josh Allen is mentioned with and mentioned with only. He's going to be the lead dog at the quarterback position in the AFC. No one's going to care what this defense looks like. No one's going to care that he doesn't have number 1 wide receivers. There's going to be no quarterback that we believe in more from an individual standpoint than that dude in the AFC. And if they don't win, all of that, in my opinion, is going to fall on Josh Allen because he has been Superman for this team. He has done so much for this team, and it won't be the other guy on the other side that's been his kryptonite in Patrick Mahomes.
I think it has to fall on Sean McDermott, right? Because when you're the head coach and your specialty is defense, and this is the results you're getting from the product that you're putting out there. I mean, you talk about Josh Allen on the other side. I think Keon Coleman was a bad pick. It hasn't worked out. He's been inactive, a couple of times this year, and it's come down to James Cook. Dawkins on the outside being that dog in the run game and being their physical leader, but also Josh Allen. That's not enough. That's not enough to go in against some of these quarterbacks and some of these teams to be able to win. I think it falls on McDermott.
All right, we'll see what happens. That seat will probably be hot if they're one and done in the postseason. Listen, we keep